The amount of money that you receive as a federal government employee depends on your location. Certain cities let you earn a higher salary. Let's talk about the cost of living pay. First, I want to make sure you know how to pull this information up. Go to opm.gov and under policy, you should be able to see the pay scale. I will leave a link below in case you want to check it out. Here, you can look through all different types of pay charts by location. There are actually 53 different pay charts depending on the location that you're living in. And if you can't find your location, you are in RUS, R-U-S, which means the rest of the United States. So let's look at the top 3 highest pay charts by location. The first one is San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland area with a 42% locality pay on top of your regular GS grade salary. So a GS 12 step 5 in a regular state would earn about $89,000 a year. But in San Jose, they would be earning $110,000 a year. The second locality is the New York, Newark area with a 35% locality pay on top of your salary. So that same GS12 step 5 would go from earning $89,000 a year to $104,000 per year. Now, if you're watching this and you would like help on getting a government job, I want you to check out the course link in the description below. The third locality is the Los Angeles, Long Beach, California area with a 33% locality pay on top of your salary. So a GS12 step 5 would go from earning $89,000 a year to earning $103,000 per year. It is also important to realize that your federal government retirement calculates the highest average pay you've earned during any 3 years of service. This includes locality pay, and this can provide the incentive for a government worker to relocate to a different area during their last 3 years of government service in order to earn a higher pension. The difference at times can be in the hundreds of dollars. This locality pay didn't always exist. In fact, it started in 1990, and it was designed to eliminate the gap between the private sector wages and the federal employee wages. Now, this cost of living rate can change every year. The Bureau of Labor Statistics conducts locality pay studies with data from non-federal salaries, and it usually increases. So if you hear in the news that there's a 4% pay increase coming, that will be separate from the actual locality pay increase. Usually there's 2 increases. This is the difference between a base salary increase and a locality pay increase. But there's been an increasing concern regarding locality pay when it comes to remote workers. As you and I both know, during the pandemic, a lot of federal employees became remote workers, and they didn't necessarily stay in their areas. And now you can actually search usajobs.gov with the remote worker filter to find hundreds of remote work jobs. In 2020, we had a lot of federal government employees that were receiving the 33% locality pay that we get in this area. And during the pandemic, they moved. They went to Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, and they were still getting that 33% on top of their salaries, but they were not living in the DC area anymore. This caused a lot of politicians to take notice. It also clarified the distinction between remote work and telework. The overall intent is for you to receive the appropriate amount of pay depending on where you are located. Also, not every federal employee will actually get locality pay. Government workers that are senior executives and employees paid under the senior level do not receive it. Also, I know recently postal workers have been complaining about not receiving locality pay, and this has been subject of much debate. Even among government employees that do receive locality pay, a lot of times the question is it enough? Look at San Francisco right now. The average cost of a house is over $1 million. And then if you look at Indiana, the average cost of a house is around $200,000. That's not a 40% difference. That's like a 500% difference. So as a result, we have a lot of federal government employees that live in cities and can't afford a house or even an apartment. So it seems like in some cities, even with this locality pay, it is not going to be enough to compete with some of these private sector wages. Now, if you're watching this and you would like a government job, but it has to pay 6 figures, you want at least $100,000 a year. Otherwise, you won't consider it. I have a few ways you can get there. And if you want to know how, I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.